Have you ever found yourself caught in the relentless grip of anxiety, feeling as if your personal power is slipping away? This is a question many of us have asked ourselves as we navigate through the ebb and flow of life. Anxiety, that unwelcome visitor, often shows up unannounced, casting a shadow over our thoughts, our actions, our very existence. Anxiety is not a stranger to most of us. It's that gnawing feeling of unease, the worry that keeps us awake at night, the relentless cycle of what-ifs that seem to pull us into an abyss of fear and restlessness. It's like a thief in the night, stealing away our sense of control, our personal power, leaving us feeling vulnerable and exposed. But what if we could transform this crippling anxiety into a source of strength? What if, instead of allowing it to drain us, we could harness its energy and channel it towards empowering ourselves? What if our greatest challenge could become our greatest ally? The secret lies in changing our perspective on anxiety. Though this statement might seem counterintuitive to most of us. Often we view anxiety as a foe, a negative emotion that hinders our daily functioning and well-being. We dread it, we run from it, we try to suppress it, but what if we flipped the script? What if we saw it as a signal for growth and change instead? Consider this. Anxiety is like a knocking on the door. It's an indicator that something needs our attention. It could be an unresolved issue, a difficult decision, or a challenging situation that we've been avoiding. Ignoring the knock won't make it disappear, instead it amplifies, becoming a pounding that is harder to ignore. So how do we transform this anxiety into personal power? It begins with acknowledging its presence. It's about saying, yes, I am anxious, yes, I am uncomfortable, but that's okay. This acceptance doesn't mean we're surrendering to it, rather, we're taking the first step towards understanding it. Next is identifying the source of our anxiety. What's causing this unease? Is it a looming deadline, a difficult conversation, or perhaps fear of the unknown? Once we've identified the source, we can start addressing it, and in doing so we begin to regain control. Now let's replace fear with curiosity. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me? Let's ask, what is this trying to teach me? This shift in perspective allows us to see anxiety as a learning opportunity, a chance to grow and evolve. Remember, anxiety is not a sign of weakness. It's a sign that you are human, that you care, that you're aware of the world around you. And with every bout of anxiety, you're given an opportunity to learn more about yourself, to grow stronger, and to become more resilient. Once we start viewing anxiety as a messenger rather than an enemy, we start regaining our power. It's a journey, not a destination. And every step you take towards understanding and transforming your anxiety is a step towards reclaiming your personal power. And now you may be wondering, how exactly can we accomplish this transformation? Let's dive straight into the practical steps that can aid you in transforming anxiety into personal power. Firstly, let's talk about mindfulness. Mindfulness is the practice of being fully present, engaged in the here and now. Instead of being lost in your thoughts about the past or the future, it's about observing your thoughts and feelings without judgment. When you're mindful, you can see your anxiety for what it truly is, a feeling, not a fact. It's a response to perceived danger, not actual danger. By practicing mindfulness, you can learn to observe your anxiety without getting swept up in it, and this creates space for choice, for power. Secondly, cognitive reframing is a powerful tool. It's about changing your perspective, shifting your mindset. You see, when you're anxious, your mind tends to jump to the worst-case scenarios. But what if you reframe those thoughts? Instead of thinking, what if I fail, you could think, what if I succeed? Or what if I learn something valuable, regardless of the outcome? Cognitive reframing is about challenging your negative thoughts and replacing them with more positive, empowering ones. Thirdly, don't underestimate the power of seeking support from others. We're social creatures by nature, and connecting with others can provide comfort and relief. Reach out to friends, family, or a mental health professional. Share your experiences, your fears, your dreams. You're not alone in this journey. Remember that. And finally, remember to celebrate your small victories. Each step you take, each fear you face, each negative thought you reframe is a victory. Celebrate them. They're proof of your strength, your resilience, your power. Remember, the journey to transforming anxiety into personal power is a process, not an overnight change. It's a journey of self-discovery, of growth, of empowerment. And remember, you have the power within you to transform your anxiety. You have the power to transform your life. In our journey today, we've explored a new perspective on anxiety. We've discovered that anxiety isn't necessarily a foe, but can be seen as a messenger, bringing to light areas in our lives that may need attention and care. It's an alarm bell, signaling that something within us or around us might be out of balance. We've also dived into the roots of anxiety, understanding that it often stems from fear of the unknown, fear of failure, fear of not being good enough. And though these fears may feel overwhelming, we've learned that acknowledging them is the first step towards transformation. And speaking of transformation, we've outlined practical steps to turn anxiety from a debilitating force into a source of power. We've discussed the importance of mindful breathing, grounding techniques, and positive affirmations. We've also touched on the significance of self-care, self-love, and patience in this journey. Remember, transformation is not an overnight process, but a journey that takes time, patience, and consistency. Now, this journey is not meant to be traveled alone. We as a community are here to support and learn from one another. So we encourage you to share your thoughts and experiences in the comments section. How has anxiety touched your life? What steps have you taken to transform it into power? Your insights could be the beacon of hope someone else needs to see. Next time anxiety knocks on your door, remember, it's not an enemy but a messenger. It's an opportunity for growth, for change, for transformation. Embrace it, learn from it, and use it to fuel your journey towards a better, more empowered self. Thank you for joining us on this journey. If you found this video helpful, please consider subscribing and sharing it with others who might benefit. Together we can turn anxiety into power, fear into courage, and uncertainty into growth. Let's continue this journey together, transforming not just our lives, but the world around us.